Yo, huge thanks to all my Booty subscribers, and special shout out to Sprado for being extra supporter. Before we start, I will introduce myself. I'm Hitscan DPS player, mainly Tracer and Widow. Been 4.5 KSR multiple seasons and top 8 peak Overwatch 2. Also, I did Tracer and Rank to GM both in Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, so I do have quite a lot of Tracer experience. Yo, I'll tell straight away that this guide is for beginners, but might be useful for those who played Tracer before. So let's start with the basic Tracer kit. It's her pulse pistols, right? Just main gun. Then it's blinks, recall, and pulse bomb. I'd say the most important part of Tracer is her blink mechanics and obviously tracking. We'll talk about recalls and pulse bomb later. So let's start with blinking. How do you improve your blinking mechanics? It honestly depends on how you play Tracer overall, because I personally play very aggressive Tracer rather than defensive, and that's why I have a high sensitivity, which allows me to do the 180 blink melees or aim better in difficult angles. Also, my blink keybind is right click and my pulse bomb is Q button. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, something like this. So if you have a slow sense in Tracer, it'll be very difficult for you to master blinks, because if you want to play something like this,
I'm on the sewer. You're on right. I'm on my. I see all the sewer. Flipping?
then I highly suggest you to get used to high sensitivity Tracer. I'll show an example. So this is me with low sense. I'm just struggling to do 180s, but my tracking is way smoother. And this is me with my sensitivity. As you can see, my 180 blink melees are way better, but my aim gets shaky sometimes. Basically, with high sense, it's harder to aim in close distance, but I don't think it's a big deal with Tracer. So, to improve your blinking mechanics, I suggest you to use this custom code. Just try to practice your blink melees there. You don't have to start with 180 blink melees, since they're harder to do. Just try to get used to blink melees, feel the timing and the pace, and then after some time you will improve it. But if you want to train against real people, then Arcade Total Mayhem is perfect choice, since Tracer has lower blink cooldown there, really good practice, like this. Next is cooldown management. You basically learn it through playing a lot of Tracer, but in short, just keep in mind your recall cooldown and the amount of blinks you have, because usually people don't track their cooldowns and going in without recall or blinks then proceed dying. It's also the biggest reason why good Tracer players survive in fights most of the times. Next up is tracking. I personally don't use any aim trainers or custom codes, but using the same custom codes or playing in Total Mayhem works as well. There's also a site, workshop.codes, where you can find plenty of useful Tracer custom codes. Next is recall. Nothing really special about it. I use it in both ways, either to just survive when I'm diving or attempting to one clip. Something like this. And finally, how to stick pulse bombs. 99% of the times, I always blink pulse rather than just walk towards and pulse, because it's way better and faster to do it this way. Gonna do something fancy. Whenever you will feel comfortable with your blinks, like knowing approximately how far you're going to blink, you'll start hitting your pulse bombs way more often. Though, don't be afraid of missing pulse bombs, it's totally okay, everyone is missing, don't feel too hard about it. So that was basic tracer knowledge, now I'll give you some tracer tips. You can blink higher when looking up and get on certain high grounds, like here. Or in Lijiang Tower, like this. Or in Busan, to this window. This one is a little bit hard though, you have to time it perfectly. This tip applies more to Tracer 1v1 situations. When you're fighting Tracer, you can pretend go in certain way and then blink back at the right timing, so when Tracer blink follows you, you can easily one-clip her, like in this clip. Oh my god, bye bro. In close range, in order to deal maximum damage, try to adjust your movements with the enemy so that way it's easier to aim. If that's a squish, then aiming towards legs also might help a little, due to Tracer's recoil. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully this guide will help you in your future ranked games.